Alright, happy Sunday. Welcome to camp. I am here with Lorelei, as always. Gonna do a Keysplosion randomizer. It's a new mode where I add a bunch of extra keys and don't have a lot of trash checks. And since my youngest daughter is upstairs right now having trouble falling asleep, I am going to get started and hopefully not have to go up there again this time. Yeah, hey Bedwa, hope you're having a good Sunday. It was a good weekend. Didn't run into Laura anywhere, because Laura is a disaster. Oh, nice. Good book. I like that. That is a good opening check. That means I could actually go and check Ped while I'm going over through the forest here. Do a little quick Ped check. Ped, a book and a mushroom. Very interesting set of opening items. Hi, Lorelei. Ow. Yes, I know you're very mad at me. It was my nephew's birthday yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but birthday party. And since they were having too many people, we didn't bring the dogs like we normally would, so I stayed here with the dogs, which meant I was upstairs last night. And Lorelei did not like the fact that I was upstairs last night, so she is very, very antsy right now. Okay, just a small, that's fine. Smalls are, I think big keys are repeated 4 times, and smalls are 3. Big keys could be 3 times as well. But there's lots of big keys out there, lots of small keys. It's either like 300 rupees, a huge group of bombs, some kind of upgrade. Or it's keys. That was some good cash. Hey PBMN, welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. Happy Sunday. There's a sword. Well, that is a very nice start. Surprisingly, oh wait, I guess no, this makes sense because I was gonna go read Ped right away. If Ped's gonna be required, I'd like to know early on. Big key to Thieves, well, one of the big keys to Thieves Town, that's nice. And let's see what we have on Ped today. Okay, so that's either a map or a compass. Either way, that is nothing I'm gonna bother worrying about. Not gonna, if by the time I get to Ped, I'd already know what's in that location. Oh, just missed. This is not the direction I normally take when going into CAC. Alright, TR Big, very nice. Oh, you got a Super Nintendo, awesome. Personally, I probably slightly prefer Super to NES, even though I traded my my Super collection in for NES. But that sounds like my kind of event. It's hard to go wrong with a retro gaming event. Hey GamePro, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. It's Sunday, right? Yeah, it's Sunday. A Hera basement, alright. It's hard to keep track of days sometimes. we were gone Monday through through Wednesday last week, so everything's kind of blending together. Four beers and 2 shots of whiskey with dinner. That sounds like a pretty good dinner. I'm assuming there was more than that. Alright, lots of big keys popping up, and a hammer. I love the early Master Sword, but it is making me a little nervous that this is going to end up being an Agaseed. Don't like Agaseeds. Agaseeds are made of sadness and fail. Right, Lorelei. I really need to learn how to do a spin dash or whatever it is, where you do the sword spin and then dash with it. Black hole chicken, run is valid. Okay, shovel, that's not bad. I'm gonna be going over there anyway. Ooh, ice cream after dinner. I do like ice cream. We've got a Culver's right down the road from here. There's a Dairy Queen. Well, Dairy Queen's a little farther off, but... there's a McDonald's, Tom's Drive-In, lots of different options for ice cream. And the kids like all of them. This can be very annoying some days. When they won't stop talking about ice cream no matter how many times you tell them no. They just sit there and want, I want ice cream. No, we're not gonna do ice cream tonight. Can I have ice cream? I should have just went in there. Odds are this is gonna be something I want. Yep, definitely gonna be something I want. Should have just walked in. Since there's really not any trash checks, this is early enough. Where I should have just went for it. Yeah, like a purple and teal ice cream. I don't think they make grape there. Oh, Super Game Boy, excellent. I've actually been considering getting one of those just so I could get like an Game Boy equivalent of an EverDrive. I mean, I still have a couple, like I still have a copy of Final Fantasy Legend 3. Like I've still got some Game Boy games. Oh, wow, okay. Well, we got the Eastern Big Key. Can clear Eastern here. When I get around to that. Eastern can be a little annoying. There's that one room in the dark that can be kind of a pain. That's right, the early book also opens up desert right away. Which kind of makes me want to try to follow the book. And a mirror. Wow. Small the pod. Yeah, there's so many good, like the Mega Man 1 through 5 were great. Super Mario Land. My favorite version of Tetris isn't the Game Boy one. I like the Super Nintendo one. Well, Tetris Dr. Mario. Tetris DX was I think that was Game Boy Color. Well, of course, there's the Pokemon games, Link's Awakening, so much great stuff on Game Boy. Big Key, I already have that one. Map of Hera. Ice Palace Small. Oh, my youngest daughter... Why am I setting up a water walk here? My oldest daughter... Well, actually, my youngest daughter likes Stitch a lot, too, now. But that's all because of my oldest daughter liking Stitch that much. Like, my oldest daughter doesn't... She never really... She collected erasers briefly, but now she'll just... Anytime she sees something with Stitch, she wants it. So she's got all sorts of Stitch stuff. Which is good. I mean, I've seen pretty much all of Lilo and Stitch now, and it's a good movie, and Stitch is adorable. Well, I'm surprised. Usually conventions have, like, some, like, almost a surge pricing, so that's even better if the convention there didn't have everything really overpriced. Because I've heard horror stories about conventions always, like, you can go in there and say, well, if you're gonna try to sell this on eBay after the fact, eBay takes 30% of that, so why don't you give me a deal? Or why don't you try to not sell it for over what price charting has it? Like, I think... Yeah, some games, especially there's like, you have to think about the condition of the game too, because that'll make a big difference. Like if the label's torn or the worse, the case is cracked or something. Like you never want any of that stuff to happen. Oh wait, I got my house too. Like that can just be miserable. Like there have been games that I've found that I do, because I've got 454 NES cards right now, and I found games that I don't have that are you never run into that I've passed up on because the label was in terrible shape or there was a crack on the case or something like that. I never thought about it that way. That Stitch is kind of like Disney's Deadpool. Wow. So we're gonna run into a bottleneck pretty quickly soon, I think. Because we always run into a bottleneck when the seat is this generous up front. Don't have enough money for Zora yet. I'm gonna go grab that. Not a ton of art, not a ton of health at this point. And it definitely isn't gonna hurt anything to take an extra 45 seconds to go get blue mail. Yeah, I do have like my copy of Swords and Serpents has a pretty rough label. Like my River City Ransom has a little bit of a rip on it. So I definitely have some that have seen better days. I just usually like if it's something that I'm getting antsy about, I'll just look for like another copy somewhere. Like if I happen to see one when I'm out at one of the retro shops, I'll buy that and then I'll trade in the old one. And then they mark it down because it's the label's in bad, like the card isn't in great condition. And then someone who just wants the game to have the game gets it on the cheap, and everybody wins. Hey Hab, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I haven't played as much River City Ransom as I should, because that like you're right, that game is so much fun. Do I even I wonder, like, here, I mean, actually, with the blue mail, actually, I don't have any arrows. So that could be a little bit of a problem. But there's pot arrows I can pick up in Eastern. It would be hilarious to see Stitch show up in like a Marvel movie or something like that. Granted, they had, who was it? Stan Lee was in a couple. Stan Lee was always in them, so it's not like it'd be unheard of. Hey Cherokee, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Nothing that I can remember as far as being careful with the Super Nintendo. I mean, they still are, I feel like. Like, right now I'm using, it's not my, wait, no, it's not my childhood one. My childhood one did break after a very long time. But this is a replacement one I bought. Compass to Hera, that is interesting. So Hera is... Nope, Hera isn't fully clearable. We need a fire source. Actually, I thought that I played the first River City Girls, and I thought that was great. I just haven't played the second one yet. River City Girls was a lot of fun, though. But basically, to me, like, anything that plays like a Final Fight or Double Dragon is going to be good in my book. Well, let's start clearing some dungeons. Yeah, I think they made a sequel to River City Girls. I could be way off on that, but I thought there was a second one. I just don't have it yet. Assuming there is a second one, and I'm not completely off on that, because there's a very definite chance that I'm just completely off on that, and there isn't a second game, and I'm just thinking there is, and I'm completely wrong. Okay, there is a second one. Sweet, I actually remembered something. I already have that one. I have been playing through while everyone else was gone yesterday when I was sitting upstairs when the dogs took a nap. I started playing another Code Recollection, or the remake of Trace Memory. And I played the first one way back. I hadn't played the second one yet. And I'm almost done with that one now, and really enjoying those again. Hoping that we get a remake of Hotel Dusk. Or a remaster of Hotel Dusk, because I love Hotel Dusk. Come on, skeletons. I was gonna say, did I glitch this? Being able to play as Marion sounds awesome. Okay, the Thieves' Small. Very nice. Like seeing that. Ooh, wait. Eastern Palace Big is locked behind the hammer, which I have. There we go, that's Zora money. Actually, it might be worthwhile trying to I can get into the Dark World, I could combine Zora and... what's it called? Homie Fish. Assuming there is Dark World before that. Hey, get away from me, anti-fairies. Alright, one dark room down. Oh, I still don't have any arrows. I should have been grabbing them from pots. These pots have any arrows? Nope, just hearts. Ow. Okay, so that was a Skullwood Small. Hey Tashi, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I'm really excited for... I've never actually played Clock Tower before, but that one I'm very interested in trying that once that's out. Because I've seen Tetsuo speedrunning Clock Tower, and it looks like it'd be my kind of game. Oh man, nothing came back there. Bummer. Actually, I don't know who the boss of this is. So I might be doing all this extra stuff for a boss I can't beat yet. I was sitting here going through thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be... what's it called? Armos Knights, no problem. Silver Arrows, easy. Forgot that this mode has a boss shuffle. Whoops. Ooh, 20 bucks. Don't mind if I do. Come on, beat it. Yes, it's vanilla. That's what I like to see. Missed. Crystal. Beans. Well, that was a giant waste. That was highly disappointing. Stitch versus Thanos would be fun. And Stitch is cute enough where I think Thanos would make the right decision and not be a butt. Because that's how it works. Oh, I didn't know they had a sequel to Clock Tower. I keep hearing about like PlayStation putting PS1 games on PS5, and if they want me to get that subscription mode, they will put Parasite Eve on there. I can play everything else. Well, I can play Parasite Eve on my Vita, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. But I want Parasite Eve. It's like my #1 most wanted remake. Okay, I have the compass for Hera. So I can see who the boss is. And then if I don't have what I need to clear the boss, I can just leave and hopefully find it on, what do you call it? Paradox. Ooh, that's a good small key. I wonder how Thanos would react to being, well, or I haven't seen, we were watching the Marvel movies one at a time with a friend that ended up moving to Ireland, and they moved when we were like 2 movies away from Infinity War, so I haven't actually seen that yet. I know the whole story and everything. It's not like there's any spoilers or whatever. So that's not a big deal. I just don't know if anyone actually called, like, if anyone called Thanos Baldy. Love the Blue Badger music. Alright, building up a nice collection of Turtle Rock Smalls. Big key, 2. That's the 3rd Thieves' Big. Mothula, okay, this is a beatable boss. Unfortunately, no hook shot, so I can't just do Harapot. Okay, another pod small. Very nice. That's some good cash. I would love to see Thanos versus Popeye. How much spinach would Popeye get before that? That actually makes me want to play that. I have the Nintendo Popeye over here. That's right, can't get the basement yet. No fire source. Popeye wasn't it didn't, at least from what I haven't actually played it, but it doesn't look like it was a bad game. I mean, it doesn't look like it's amazing, but it didn't look bad either. Okay, hearts are looking really good now with that blue mail. Moth is a great boss for this room. There we go. Oh, I didn't know that Nintendo, that's why we got Donkey Kong first. That's a good retro fact, thank you. I like that. Can never have too many little retro gaming facts like that. It would definitely make sense. Not Donkey Kong. Popeye did feel like it kind of played it. At least if I'm remembering it right, it did seem kind of similar to to the basics of Donkey Kong. I mean, this could be another thing I'm drastically misremembering. But it seems like the framework was similar with how I remember Popeye. It's a good compass to have. Still need a glove and a moon pearl for Dark World access. Go. Alright, Paradox, don't let me down. Big key to desert, alright. I mean, still need a glove to get to the back, but that's a very good start. But kind of running out of places to go here. Alright, that is our last small... Whoops. Guess we have all the keys for ice. Another big key to Eastern, already cleared that. That was a pendant. Compass for Swamp. There's a glove. Nope, still need a fire source for Desert, though. Oh, that makes a lot of sense with like Pauline and... Huh. Never thought about any of that before. But now, like, now that I know that, it feels like it should have been completely obvious. Like, how did you never think of this? I don't know why I'm walking all the way over here to go to Zora, when there's plenty more quicker, higher density checks to be done. Like, I could just save and quit to Sanctuary and boom, 3 checks. Save and quit back to Link's house, boom, a bunch more. With Escape, there's 5, I think. Actually 6 if you count Dark Cross, which isn't actually in Logic yet. Alright, Zora. I went all the way back here. Make this worth my time. That was not worth my time. I mean, it is nice to get 6 pod smalls, but not there. Oh, because, like, was Donkey Kong considered too much like one of their big monsters, like a Godzilla kind of thing, or was the lawsuit for something different? Wait, why am I trying to run into this? Actually, there is the first check in Aga Tower. Well, we're definitely hitting that bottleneck spot now. Something needs to hit, probably a moon... Well, a moon pearl would very much open up this seed. Because a moon pearl would be Dark World access. Or Mitts. I do like Mitts, was not expecting to find Mitts. Compass for Meyer. Oh, because the... Yeah, the Kong name, that would have been... That's another thing I feel like should have been obvious. Oh, the lawyer that successfully defended Nintendo was named Kirby? Learning so much good information here tonight. I really should play through Kirby's Adventure one of these days again. I haven't played Kirby's Adventure in forever. Actually, let's grab that too, just because I don't know when I'm going to get more arrows. That is not a Moon Pearl. Now, the Moon Pearl could be in King's Tomb now. That did open up King's Tomb. At this point, unless a fire rod or a lamp shows up in the basement, I think I'm gonna skip Dark Cross for now. Just because it's not in logic at the moment. Yeah, that's all the more reason to get a Game Boy EverDrive. Wait a minute. I already have that big key. Rats. Actually, a lot of the big keys are here now, aren't they? Missing Pod and Ice Palace. Neither Pod is a pendant. It's the green pendant, but we know it's not an Aga seed. So it seems very unlikely that the Pod Big is going to be needed. There are 14 items in Pod, though. How do I want to route this? Oh, that's right. Cave 45 is technically in logic right now. That would be an interesting place for the Moon Pearl, because it would require a pretty nice bunny walk. And that's just the kind of junk that I expect myself to roll when I make one of these seeds. Nope, Moon Pearl, there we go. That just opened a lot. So there's a ton that's available now. Don't feel like going into... well, I don't have the Desert Small either. I'd like to have a Desert Small before going into Desert. And I still need a fire source anyway. And it's unlikely that both I mean, it's possible, but unlikely that both fire sources are currently in Desert. Alright, so Turtle Rock is our other red crystal. Thieves is a blue crystal. Which means that everything else is blue crystals. So we now have full information. Still can't get access to Swamp, though, without a Swamp Small. Alright, Johnny. Let's see what you got. That's not an impressive key. There we go, a bottle. That's nice to see. There's the small key to Swamp. And a compass for ice. Actually, while I'm over here... Why not grab Bombo's tablet right away? They called him JSO... They called Rick from Splatterhouse JSON. That would have been really cool to... I mean, they would have had to drastically change the plot of Splatterhouse. But like, when I first saw... I didn't know Splatterhouse was a thing until probably 3-4 years ago. When I first saw it, I thought it was Jason. Oh, another Swamp Small. Very nice. Ow. Might as well grab a Gina while we're here. I'm really not too worried about that big key. ABA, always bomb a Gina. Powder. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, well, considering how lawsuit happy everything with Friday the 13th is, making it the mask seem a little more like a skeleton was probably a good call on their part. Just because if you make it look too much like Jason, I feel like you're asking for trouble. Alright, don't need that pod small. Another bottle. Lots of good stuff. Oh, if that was a big key, I'd skip it, but with it being a small... Still need the desert small. That's kind of the small key I'm looking for right now. Because desert... Oh, let's see, what other smalls do we need? Oh, that was a big key. Whoops. Oh, big key to pod. Okay. I guess that's fine then. So the only big key we're missing now is ice. Have the desert big. I think the only small key I'm missing right now is desert. So we can only get this... Oh no, 2 more checks. Cape, not bad. Like having cape. Makes blind effectively free. Grats. Yeah, the mask being able to change forms definitely seems a lot more creepy. Because it's basically a living thing at that point. Which makes it even better in my book, at least. Jeez, where to go here? Don't want to go into... what's it called? Skull Woods just yet. Let's check Bumper Ledge and Graveyard Ledge. Oh boy, Murderdactyl's problem. Probably shouldn't be wasting the time doing this. Oh, I forgot to mark the cape off. Whoops. Because odds are this won't be desert, but if it is... That's actually not bad. That once I find a lamp, that opens up another check. Get out of there. Murderdactyl's incoming. That's the kind of shift that got us an M-raid. I wish more games. Oh, the kind of ass. I read that wrong. But yeah, I wish more games would do that. Like, I love it when games or movies break the fourth wall, as long as it's not done like every 4 seconds. I think that's hilarious. Nope, so we have nothing at all of value there. So what am I missing here? Hookshot, Fire Rod, Lamp, Samaria, probably Ice Rod. Oh, I thought when I heard M. Bison, I immediately went to Raul Julia, but that was the Street Fighter movie. Hey, just want to open this thing. All right, let's knock out a couple of quick checks here. I think I might do the front 4 of Thieves, because why not? They're pretty quick checks. Alright, Sea House. Nope, that's not the key I wanted for Desert Palace. Who's the boss? I don't know who the boss is in here. There we go. One required item down. Dipping into the front of Thieves, definitely worth it. Ooh, boomerang. Saffron Henderson, was she JJ in Jason Takes Manhattan? The girl with the guitar? No, we want Desert Palace, not Dark Palace. Desert. The one with lots of sand. Since this is a boss shuffle, the boss will be up here at the top. So if it's something I can beat, I mean, even though it is a pendant, the pendant crystal layout on this seed sucks. This is fine. So we found a Vitreous. Oh, okay. Oh, I had no idea she was in Inuyasha too. Jeez, I thought she was one of those people that just kind of, like, so many of them, they just kind of disappeared after a horror movie. Or, like, you didn't really see them much anymore, and I just kind of assume most of them are like that. Come on, hammer pegs. I'll take that. This is kind of a weird way of setting this up. Alright, what do we got? A compass. Alright, Turtle Rock. Good compass to have. So we need lamp, hook shot, fire rod, possibly ice rod. I've heard that name before. I had no idea they were in Power Rangers. But the name itself sounded familiar. Johnny, is it Yang? Young? Bosch, or however you pronounce it, always makes me think of Final Fantasy XII. Don't listen to Andor's lies. Come on. Dig up a fire rod or a hook shot. Or something. That wasn't great. Alright, so we can go back up. Might as well do Smith Chain here. If there's nothing in Smith Chain... And there's no completable dungeons either. Then whatever I'm looking for is buried in a dungeon somewhere. Wait. To do Smith Chain... The most important part of Smith Chain is actually having the smith with you to start the whole process. Don't mind me, Frog, I'm an idiot. Completely forgot to grab the smith. Let's see, I already did those two. So do that, swing back over to the Dark World, grab the purple chest, Just like the last time I did one of these seats too, it seems like medallions are not showing up very much. Like I think I got I got 2 out of the 3 medallions right at the end. Didn't the Yellow Ranger die in a car accident or something? I thought I remember one of my friends sending me a news article for that ages ago. I mean, hopefully I'm misremembering that. But I could have sworn that was the one, that he said ended up getting in a car accident. Give me better big keys. Guess next up is Dark World, Dark Death Mountain. Okay, I did remember that. That sucks. Oh wow, it was right before 9/11? That there was yeah, that would have been around when I was well, yeah, I would have been in early college at that point. Not used to going this way to get around everything. So let's go see what we need to open up Turtle Rock. Not worried about getting that big key. Oh wow, she was that young? Guess it makes sense. I'm so used to like people playing. I'm assuming the characters were all high schoolers, but I'm so used to like you had Grease where it was like people that were 30 playing high schoolers, and that's kind of what I'm used to seeing. Don't care about Skullwoods. Give me desert. Really running out of stuff to do here. This is a really empty bottleneck in the middle. Yikes. Ow. Anything, maybe a fairy would be nice. No, nothing at all? Okay, that's fine. Oh, okay. Run. You can make it. What a waste. Okay. Where to now? And there's the back of Thieves Town. There's Skull Woods. There's Pendant Pod. I'm so used to the game being a jerk now. The game is always mean. Very much a jerk. Okay. I feel like I should be going to Pod right now, because Pod is the... It's much more item dense than this. Ow, but for some reason... We're going this way. Really, I should be going back and trying to finish out Thieves Town, too. But that one takes so long. Hey, leave me alone. Boss? Ooh, Moldorm. Moldorm's a great boss to have here because it can't do anything in this boss room. So I like seeing Moldorm here. I remember when I thought this seed was starting out so well, and I made the reference to the fact that there was probably going to be a really bad bottleneck coming up. I wish I was wrong. Alright, only one more check we can do over here. I don't have magic. Get rid of the bee. No, I'm here. I should be going to Palace of Darkness right now, even though it's a pendant. But if I can avoid walking all the way in there, that would be wonderful. Because Pod is such a long walk. Well, I know, like, randomizers, especially... Well, I've got... My experience with this randomizer is... a lot more than like Super Metroid, Mega Man X, Mega Man X3, Dragon Warrior. But it always feels like this game hates whoever's playing. You so rarely get jet seeds. More often than not, the seed is absolute garbage. And this one started out so good. And then the expected bottleneck happened. Like, when you get those seeds that are really, really good early on, you always assume you're going to hit that bottleneck, and it's going to become crap. because it happens so much. Don't touch me, you do too much damage. Alright, we already got one required item here in Pendant Thieves. Can we get another one? Oh, we already have all those. So the only small key still missing is Desert. Yeah, I've never seen that game. I think, did Pilot Wings use Mode 7? I know X2 and X3 did. Or was it, no, I'm thinking of Star Fox. Cause yeah, X2 and X3 had those like wiry looking bosses. Ooh, that's nice. So this is looking like a huge bust. Yep. Should not have bothered with that. So we are either looking at Pod, Pyramid Ledge, or Homie Fish. I'll check Pyramid Ledge, probably go over and do Catfish first. Just on the very big off chance that Catfish has what I'm looking for. Then I can skip Pod, potentially. Actually, no, there's a lot more we need. Still need Quake and Bombos. Hey, Moose, get out of the way. Those moose things are always so much more difficult to deal with than moblins. Actually, let's grab the ferry. Come on, something required. I mean, it could be the Desert Small. If I could just find that Desert Small, I wouldn't have to pick up small keys anymore. Need Bombos or Fire Rod before Ice Palace is open. I had both X2 and X3 on original. Heck, I still remember when the day X3 came out. I had my mom drive me to Best Buy right away. It's $46.95. I called Best Buy and I said, "Do you guys have Mega Man X3 in yet?" And they said yes. And I said, "Can you hold one for me?" And they said yes. And I was happy. Because Mega Man X3 let you play as Zero, therefore it was the best Mega Man X game. Actually, before we go in there... Got so much money right now, let's fully stock up on blues. Now I'm kind of wishing I had done Dark Cross. I don't know what Zelda's meowing at over there. Oh, you want to come over, Zelda? You can, that's fine. Kind of got to go in the dark world if you want to go to Pod. Right now, she's just sitting on the couch in the other part of the basement. Hey, Chaser, welcome in. Thanks for the jump scare. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I'm glad I turned up the volume on my speakers before I started, otherwise that one would have been really quiet on my end. I think I've set it so they're not overwhelming, they're not like super loud to the point where it'll hurt everyone else's ears. But it's very loud here in my room. Oh, X6 was a game. See, like, even though I'm one of the biggest Zero fanboys on the planet, I thought the way X5 ended was perfect. And then it went from Zero's dead to he repaired himself while... How did they word that? I repaired myself while hiding myself or something like that. Is like he's dead, and then 3 weeks later, oh no, we're announcing X6, he's actually just missing. I'm like, well, that completely cheapened everything. 12 pods, every pod small. The question is, how deep do I push in here? That's one required item. Because there's still a lot of stuff that's needed, and I can't count on Turtle Rock having it all. 3 out of 10 isn't bad, though, for a jump scare. They did massacre him. That was just... I mean, I would love to see an X9 done in a 16-bit style, but I doubt we're ever getting that. Ooh, Ice Palace is open now. I forgot about that. There we go. There's the Desert Small. So I think Ice would definitely be worth doing next. Hey Giants, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Hope the packing goes well. When's the big move? That's coming up pretty quick, isn't it? If it is, hopefully it goes well. Oh, Wednesday. So that's very soon. Hopefully none of them have a big bowl of noodles. Laura isn't one of the movers. That would be wildly unacceptable. Alright, another desert key. Actually... I'm just gonna call that one here, because all those other checks are out of logic. But see, eating ramen is acceptable because you're basically it's like making it explode or breaking it into little bits. So there's still justice being served. Is this the right room? Yes, it is. It was actually a very, very big deal. I had... My oldest daughter wanted to get ramen today, but the store we went to, that there's construction, we can't get on the highway the normal way we do. So the place we normally go to go grocery shopping is now like a 25-minute drive away versus one that's 8 minutes down the road. And the place that's 8 minutes does not have the brand of ramen she likes. And it was horrible. Moldorm again. So was Phoenix right in Marvel vs. Capcom? I thought I remembered Phoenix being a playable character, which is awesome. Granted, I would have never played him anyway. I would have just been, like, if they had, I think, or am I thinking of Project X Zone? Where you could play as X and Zero. Okay. Frank West, why do I know that name? It's always fun to move with cats also. Hopefully that goes well also. I don't know how she does with moves. Or like car rides or anything like that. Why am I using so much magic? Oh, it's a drive, yeah. Drive, does not sound fun. Does she meow a lot in the car? Oh, Dead Rising, okay. So you're gonna have an unhappy kitty. Nope. Biscuits. Yeah, Airplane it's such a crapshoot. Like Zelda and Lorelei, we got them from one of my girlfriends in college, her family's cat on the East Coast, and then we flew them back here to Wisconsin. And we had a little carrier that they were kittens when we brought them back, and we had a little carrier they could both fit in, so we had them with us on the plane. But with bigger cats, you never know if they're going to allow her to be close to you or not. Or if they're going to be like, no, pets go in the hold, and then I never trust them to take care of them in the hold or anything like that. There we go, finally. Well, I usually say like beans, biscuits, or cheese and jam. Most of my failure things like that come from Bluey. Well, I shouldn't say probably, that definitely can't hurt, because you don't want them to be stressed out, like that stressed or anything. And then if she's stressed, you're stressed, and nobody wins. Uh-oh. Gonna have to use a blue. Yeah, but it's like taking I think it's called Dramamine if you're on like an airplane or a boat. Where are the required items? I don't have the big key for this yet. Barf like a... I haven't heard the term barf like a freshman before, but I love that. Not that you barf like a freshman on boats, but I really like that line. Oh, 15 pounds is a big cat. Lorelei was that big at one point, but she's... I mean, she'll be 19 in a couple... Well, actually... like 8 days. Because they were born on July 1st. She hasn't lost as much weight as Zelda has, though. Where are my items? Whoops. Nice shot. Ow, problem. Okay, so after getting like, well, did Eastern first, but a couple of these quick dungeons I did with no crystal or pendant knowledge ended up being pendants. Alright. Moldorm should be easy. Wait, why am I doing this when I could just use the hammer? Alright, so Ice Palace first was nothing. So we go up to Turtle Rock. Yeah, it's gotta be Turtle Rock. That's by... I mean, there's one item... Wait, no. There's more than one item now. This is a dumb play, completely going against logic. But just because I've been hit so badly lately with endgame progression being in Hookless Swamp. Now that I have the swamp small, I am going to go into Hookless Swamp here. I think I can get 4 checks in here right now. So, will this be... Well, since I'm going here early, it's not going to be Hookless Swamp. I'm really kicking myself now for not just going and getting Dark Cross right now, because Dark Cross could have been something I needed, like... Well, it could have been anything I needed. Hey Chris, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Well, all the extra Turtle Rock keys are fine. Because that just means I don't have to stop and pick up any extra keys in there. Alright, come on. Okay, yep. Hookless Swamp. That was the play. Oh, I don't have the hook shot. Can't even do Specky Clip. Because I don't want to leave these other 2 checks behind either. So let's see, that gives us Desert and Skull Woods. Now we still need Lamp, Hookshot, and Quake. Oh, Slayers, is that Based off the anime? That's the wrong big key. The only big key we still need is ice, and I'd really rather not have to go back into there right now. Anything still in Ice Palace is going to be a hard last location. Wait, what? How can I get anything else in here without hookshot? Can you do left side swamp without hookshot? Yeah, you can. Well, I guess we're still digging a little deeper. Go away, Firebar. Nope, that wasn't right. That's true, Chaser. The law of Ice Palace would be in effect. Just need the game to give me the big key. No. Okay, Firebar. Can you leave me alone here? There we go. Hey, Helena. Hoping to get back to Friday the 13th streams and starting in July again. But that's really all that's new. The plan is July. Because this week with appointments and everything, it's a very busy week. Plus my oldest daughter has her summer school play. Have to go all the way back around. But, God, why is... Oh, don't know who the boss is in Desert. Yeah, Argus would still not be beatable at this point. Argus and Trinex. Oh, that's Dark Cross, okay. Yeah, I don't know many people that would want to go, especially if Jason was active. You're not going to get a lot of takers that are going to want to go to Crystal Lake. Well, that's good that the vacation was good. You never know when it's going to be one of the, like, sometimes you'll get that, you'll be really excited to go on a trip and then it ends up just being garbage. And then you end up wishing that you had you took more time off of work on the back end so you would be able to calm down, well, not calm down, but relax a little bit. And just kind of regroup before you have to go back to the real world. There we go. Nope. It was not Dark Cross. Oh, Hera Basement's also open. That's terrific. Don't want to do Hera Basement. But having the lamp sitting in Hera Basement would not be surprising at all. I guess I could check that on the way up to Turtle Rock. Because there is still quite a bit that can be done in Turtle Rock right now. Two items left. Oh geez, a tropical storm? Yeah, I can definitely see that. If there's going to be bad weather like that, you want to try to get everybody home as far ahead of it as they can. Oh, I never marked down Berna. Yeah, Texas seems to be getting hit really hard with, like, they've got the ice storms and winter and everything now, and always seems to be tornado season there. Game, is this really necessary, making me do all this? Whoops. One. Two. So there are really only 2 extra checks in here. But at least this Moldorm is going to be easy. Because it can't do anything on this floor. Come on, get away from the spikes. There we go. Alright, another sword. Well, that's great, but 1, 2... That's only 3 crystals still. Moves to Texas because he hates the cold. Yeah, that... Not much luck avoiding that. We've got, what do they call it? The polar vortexes now? Where the cold air is able... It's not being held in Canada anymore, and it goes a lot more south than they're used to. That's not what we wanted. Alright. Still don't know who this boss is. Stupid murder dactyls. Alright, 2 items here and then the boss. Granted, the boss is probably going to end up being Argus or Trinex. The 2 that I can't beat yet. Quake, there it is. So that's one of the required items there. The only problem is I really, really wanted to just be able to go mode Meyer, because I got all the keys and everything, but now there's still so much left. It's like maybe going through Meyer right now is the better well, picking up everything in there. Hoping to find a lamp. So we're down to lamp, hook shot, and possibly ice rod from Go. It's which dark do I want to do? Meyer first? Well, Meyer is right here. Oh, not a problem. Thanks for stopping by, Chris. Hope you have a good night. Enjoy the game. I was hoping this seed would be a quick one. It is not. Come on, beatable boss. Alright, Viddy, I'll take it. So another Viddy. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I beat 6 dungeons because 2 of them were the early ones, happened to be pendants. Oh wait, that's right. I don't walk out there, I walk out the back. So I guess let's go into Meyer from this way. Now, swamp is not going to be difficult to clear. What? That's odd. I could have sworn Stream Avatars was connected. Okay, now it's on. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna need a heart because I really want to have rats. Really like having beams in this room. Oh, expired mustard that's like butter? That sounds so disgusting. Like, I'm one of those people, I'm not a fan of mustard, but I can, like, if like I get a burger somewhere and they have mustard on the burger, I can eat it. I won't be thrilled, but I can manage it. But if it's like pickles and there's a little bit of pickle juice on a bun or something, I'd rather puke than have anything that's touched a pickle. Like where I went to college, they had like a fast food type place that you could use your meal plan credits for, and they had one set of burgers on the rack that was pickles and another one without pickles, because there were so many people that apparently kept complaining that they were putting too much, like the pickles were really watery. So I was very happy when I got there and saw that. Hey Gary, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Do love a red mail, especially when it looks gold here. And I completely agree that pickles suck. This is the wrong door. I cannot stand pickles. It's weird, like, I love ketchup, but I'm not fond of just, like, normal tomatoes. Like, I think I've only had normal tomatoes a couple times, and I was not impressed. I'd rather eat tomatoes than pickles, though. Exactly, there. Overwhelm is a very good word there. That is exactly what they do. You can't taste anything else but the stupid pickles. Like, that's why I don't mind, like, I don't care about lettuce on a burger or anything like that, because lettuce it's basically, all it does is add crunch. It's pretty much tasteless. I'm gonna have like 40 pod smalls. Oh wait, Compass, who's the boss in here? Shrine X. So we're gonna need an ice rod. Which weird, like with the whole vinegar thing, I don't mind the smell of vinegar, like using vinegar around the house for cleaning stuff. I love that over anything that's like, that uses chemicals or whatever, because it's more natural, and reminds me of Easter with the Easter egg coloring kits, what we used when I was a kid. But you give me a pickle and nope. Like, my oldest daughter likes to get pickles from the store just to snack on. Like, we're growing cucumbers in our little garden in the back. And she made a... Oh, no. That was a bad bonk. And she made a comment about trying to figure out how to turn them into pickles, and I was, nope. Not gonna try to make pickles. Because that's disgusting. One more, come on, game. Don't make me come back here. This seed is horrible. Oh, bacon on burgers. I love bacon. Hey Jake, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I'm gonna go this way. Ow. Let's see. I'd prefer if this seed didn't suck, but other than that, things have been going pretty well. Hope everything's going well there. My goal was to be done with this seed by right about now. Thankfully, the kids went to bed a little early, because this is turning into garbage. Much like pickles. Apparently I think both of the Wendy's here temporarily closed, but I guess they're coming back soon. No, right here. As much as I don't want to spend 45 minutes waiting for the basement to open. If this is something that's needed to get through Turtle Rock, I don't want to have to go through Turtle Rock and then come back, get this, and go through Turtle Rock again. Even though Turtle Rock does have the best 8-bit gaming track in the history of time. pretzel bait, that sounds great. I know Culver's has a pretzel pub burger that looks really good. Hey Gary, what's your opinion on Halloween Ends? There's so many. Well, Halloween Ends, Resurrection. That was not worth the 45 seconds. Well, at least we can check another box off. I cannot, or I will never... I mean, I understand, like, I know, like, some people I'm friends with, they really like Jason Goes to Hell, and it's one of those things I don't really... To me, the only part of Jason Goes to Hell that I liked was the... God, I can't even remember her name now. The start with Agent Marcus. I thought the Agent Marcus stuff at the beginning was like, okay, this could be really good. And then it just stopped being really good after the Agent Marcus section. Yep. Jake loves H2O just as much as Gary loves Halloween Ends. I still think, to me, the H2O timeline was my favorite version of Laurie. I always felt like with H2O, I thought that fit a lot better with what happened in Halloween 1 and 2. Here we go. If you got a jam emote, get it ready, because this is the best video. This is the best 8-bit track ever. Over Horizon, Stage 2. Hopefully going to be finding something needed in here. Like, I think the Laurie they had in 2018 could have worked if they didn't, if David Gordon Green didn't decide that Halloween 2 didn't happen. Because by eliminating Halloween 2 and not having Michael follow her to the hospital, then there's no reason for Laurie to be that paranoid. But if he followed her to the hospital, yeah, I can see why she's assuming he's still coming for her and it's all about her. But if you take away that, it just stops making sense to me. Come on, game. Why am I leaving? Oh, to hear the intro again. That's why. I gotta get back to Nightmare on Elm Street. Gotta improve my... Is it 2026? I should remember this, but it's been so long since I did anything related to speedrunning. Go, go, go! No. Bad chomps. Made it. Gonna end up all the way to laser... Actually, no. Can I even... Technically, Laser Bridge isn't in Logic. Because you have to go through a dark room. So there's a couple checks in Pod. Hey Voldemort, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Yikes. My wife would probably be mad at me for saying that name. She's a very, very into Harry Potter. I'm of the opinion that Snape is the true hero of that series. Alright. Come on. Running out of things to find here. I mean, I could technically do the dark room. I might want to look up a map of it just so I know how to get through. Like, just to be extra careful. But this one wouldn't be as bad as trying to navigate mire in the dark. I mean, heck, I might even be able to do that off the top of my head. Nope. Couple pixels off. There is still a big key on the floating island in the Dark World that could be the Ice Palace Big. Nope. Which could have my lamp. Also missing Hookshot. Speaking of Hookshot. Oh geez, so that opens up the rest of Swamp. What is with this logic chain? Wow. Okay, I'm gonna push through as far as I can here before... I think I've got one more check before everything is up. Oh, no. Why would I stop here? Just because it's out of logic. I'm going to pull up a, what is it, Turtle Rock Dark Room. And I'm going to try to do this in the dark. That's the wrong way. I already screwed it up. What the? Nope, nope, this is wrong. Where am I? I have no idea. Let's try to get back to the start. I'm gonna do this. This is gonna save a boatload of time. Down. Down. What? That didn't work. Okay. There we go. Now this part's easy. You hold right, and you go down, and when you hit down, you just hold left. There we go. We're through. Easy. Now I don't have to come back to Turtle Rock. Uh-oh. That wasn't how to do it. That wasn't either. Not supposed to fall off the edge. No, there's a pixel you can stand on that lets you run through there. That was it. I had it. Okay, new plan. This is probably easier. Oh, that'll work too. Rats. Well, I know this can't be my lamp, but the lamp has to be in Swamp then. It's got to be one of those 4 checks in Swamp. Because there's 4 checks left. I hope it's in Swamp. Oh, I still need Ice Rod. So there's still 2 items needed. Ice Rod and Lamp. So I suppose I could pull up a map for the Mire Dark Rooms, but the Mire Dark Rooms are a lot worse than Turtle Rocks. So going to do the ferry there, not really necessary. Because that Turtle Rock there was not in logic. Not in logic until the lamp shows up. Whoops. I am gonna go and get this big key. It is if you do, there's like no logic seeds you can do. And if you don't know how to do all the fancy tricks, they're not. But if you do just a normal seed, the beautiful thing about A Link to the Past is even if you've never played the game before, there's no tech or anything like that that makes the game unbeatable. Like, there's nothing you have to know how to do. Whereas, like, with the Super Metroid Randomizer, it expects you to know how to do things like Shine Sparks and... What? Oh! Biscuits, I have the hook shot. Like, you're supposed to know how to do infinite bomb jumps and Shine Sparks and wall jumps and stuff like that. And like, they want you, you don't have to, but you're expected, you're like, there's things that you can need to know mock balls for. And like with this one, anyone can pick it up and just go through. I love the Super Metroid Randomizer, don't get me wrong, I just think A Link to the Past is a lot more well made. Because you're not required to know all this extra stuff. Alright, so if it's... Oh boy, if it's not in Swamp here, then I needed to go and... What did I even... Oh, I needed to go get the fire rod so I could go back into the dark rooms in the basement of Pod. Which I could have just done while I was in Pod, but I didn't feel like trying to find those the 2 chests. Like, those are dark rooms I can do without much of an issue, I just didn't want to. I haven't actually done the speedrun glitch in this one. I've watched Spriven do it. Like, games like that, A Boy and His Blob had a really good speedrun glitch. Had a really good, like, what's it called? It's like, you basically go out of the places you're supposed to go to, and you end up going and basically skipping right to the end of the game. Kind of like the Zelda 2 Any%, where you break the game a bunch, several, like, actually, I think it's twice. You have to go to Glitch Town and everything. Welcome back, Lorelei. I know this has been you're waiting for me to go to bed, and the seed is like, ha 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 ha. Dusseldorf. I haven't heard, it's been so long since I've heard that brand name, or that type. Whatever it is. Let's get this key just to be safe. So at least this is going to be really quick. Do a little diver down in this next room. A trick I should have learned a long time ago. I think this is the most recent piece of tech. Like, the tech in this game, it definitely helps to know certain things. Okay, if this was Trinex 2, that would have been terrible. But like here, you can, if I could line this up right. There we go. Diver down. Lamp, there we go. Oh, and the Ice Palace big. So now that puts a lot of other one-off checks that I don't want to do in logic. Like, do we need to go back into Ice Palace to get this? Do we have to go back into Pod? Does Pyramid Fairy have it? Drop it. Let's see it. Ice Rod. Do it. Drop it now. Give me the Ice Rod. Biscuits. Yeah, Resurrection was not great. Actually, saying not great is being very generous towards Resurrection. Did have an interesting conversation about Resurrection, though. Does Deckard actually live in Haddonfield? That was something Gary and a couple of us were talking about. I believe there's, Gary, was there a deleted scene that mentioned that had him at the end with Sarah, but when they took that out, you don't know where he actually lives? Oh, yep, this is Lorelei. Oh, crap. My bomb. No. Now I have to go buy another one. Say hi, Lorelei. I dropped my controller. Oh, there we go. Alright. Hey, bomb vendor, it's me again. I know the bomb vendor probably loves that. Easy money from an idiot that forgot that you can't jump off the ledge while holding a bomb. Let's see, after this, I think I'm gonna go do the other Aga check. Because if it's not there, then it's either got to be in Ice Palace or in Pod. Yeah, it's like, without that, do we actually... We don't know where Deckard's from. And that's something that just... that had never even... I just always assumed it was Haddonfield. Another thing I'll stand by is I think the ending of Ends would have been a million times better if they used the ending of 2018. Then you're going back to the end of Halloween 1 again, where Michael's fate is left up in the air. You don't know if he's gonna just burn to death in that basement or not. It's Michael. And he could very easily survive that. Like, I thought the ending of 2018 was really well done. I didn't like Laurie in it, but the end of the movie itself, with how they took care of Michael, I thought that was great. That ain't it. Yeah, I wonder, there's a Buchanan that's actually not too far from me. But I doubt it's maybe what? Well, I shouldn't say it's not too far. There's a Buchanan in Wisconsin that I've driven through before. I shouldn't say it's near me, but... I've driven through Buchanan before. I wonder if, like, I've never looked for him there. But yeah, I want to rewatch that now. It's like, if he's there for just a split second, why did they edit all that out? Why not just steer into it? Granted, there's so many other issues in Resurrection than that. Oh boy. Nope, that's that bad. Didn't want to do that. Go. Alright, don't make me go back into Ice Palace. Just give me my ice rod. That's not an ice rod. Also have it be in this room. Nope. Not the one I could have went through downstairs. And I just didn't, because it wasn't in logic at the time. Biscuits! Oh, it could be the green pendant turn-in, that's right. Which means I should still clear this anyway. I love the fact that audience liked Busta Rhymes better than Deckard. But yeah, Deckard is not very... He's not a great character. Well, not a great, not a good, not even a below average character. He's just awful. That's true. Corey Cunningham was, he was much, at least to me, I thought Corey was much worse. Even though Michael was basically half dead, Corey shouldn't have been a man. He should have been able to take Corey. Like, if he was gonna be such... Why did they make some no-name character that wasn't even I mean, yeah, I know the whole movie basically changed after COVID hit, but... Couldn't there have been some background character in Ends, I mean, in 2018, or Kills, that could have been Corey? I also don't like the fact that... I feel like, to me at least, Ends should have been a passing of the torch to Allison. And her whole purpose in the movie was just to be Corey's girlfriend. Like, she didn't do really anything else. And I feel like Allison should have been a much bigger... She should have been a lot more important. And, like, didn't he say that that he completely forgot about Lindsay? And that's why they had to go back and get Kyle Richards to come back and film a couple scenes that had nothing to do with the actual story of the movie? Because they forgot about her. Like, Lindsay should have been a much bigger part, too. Blind again. I got quarter magic now, this is fine. One, two. Fun little trick if you've got the cape. If you're invisible and you grab onto a wall and pull, it doesn't take your magic away. There it is. Like, how could they not have the time to kill her? She had, like, that's just, it's a terrible excuse on his part. Because she had a chase scene, didn't she? Like, she was behind the tree. And the silver shamrock masks. Yeah, that's a good comparison with Roy. I never looked at it that way. I'm guessing he probably would have killed Lindsay because nobody seemed to care. Like, all the legacy characters they brought back for the sole purpose of dying was because they hadn't created anyone that people would care if they died in the first place. I mean, I don't know of anyone that was really crushed over Karen's death. I mean, you were supposed to care about Karen just because she was Laurie's daughter. Like, I mean, granted, I'm sure there's people out there that liked Karen. And she definitely grew on me towards the end of the first movie, but... It's like, I feel like all those legacy characters they brought back were just there so they could try to have more meaningful deaths. That the audience would care about. Because, like, they're not gonna... You don't care about... like the nurse lady or whatever. You don't care about, was it Tivoli, the guy at the hospital? You don't care about any of the mob except for Brackett and Tommy. I mean, Karen lived up to her name. She was definitely... I mean, I like her more than Lori, but that's really not saying much. Because I've been on record as being one of those people that... There's probably people like that legitimately get mad at me because I don't like Laurie Strode. Aside from H2O, I thought she was great in H2O. Danielle Harris would have been so much more fun as Karen. I mean, don't get me wrong, Judy Greer is great. I would have loved to see Danielle Harris back. Like, I prefer the Jamie and Rachel story to Lori. Like, they could have also brought back... God, what was his name? Josh Hartnett? Was that who played John? Like, you delete all this stuff, just like you said earlier, Gary. They got rid of the rest of the franchise only to redo everything they had already done. They didn't do anything new. Oh, Paul Rudd coming back as Tommy would have been awesome. I'm surprised Charles Cyphers... Well, I mean, I'm not surprised he came back, but... I'm surprised he was still... I mean, yeah, I know the... What is it, St. Petersburg? He moved to, and was it, but sometime between Halloween 2 and 4, somewhere in Florida. But like the only references you get to Annie and Linda are like little newspaper article. And I think, was there a picture of Annie on his desk or something? Like, he could have, before he died, he could have, like, when he had his gun out and he did the everyone's entitled to one good scare, he could have had a "This is for Annie" line or something. Like, you run into the guy that brutally, like, his daughter was slaughtered. And then you run into the guy that did it, and you just do a little cheap callback. I know they did it for the fan service, but I think it's more realistically, you're going to be thinking about your daughter, not saying a line that you did 45 years ago or whatever. Well, 40 years ago. But that's just me. Ganon, rude. And we have bacon. Wow, was that seed terrible. Yeah, Hawkins was another thing that made no sense. Like, what was the point of him staying alive then? Like, it wasn't as bad as Scream 6, where people get blown up and well, not literally blown up and run over by a car, but you're like stabbed 40 times and walking away from it. Like, he didn't seem like he should have survived the first movie. Then he's just there to talk to Laurie in the hospital. Yeah, Tommy would have made a lot more sense. All that stuff about, like, Tommy starting the mob and everything, just for him to drop like that. It's just terrible writing. But we'll probably get another Halloween movie before we get anything new with Friday the 13th. I'm just kind of under the assumption that Friday the 13th is never going to have anything new again. Okay, that's a map. Find Your Way Home is a map. That's good to know. Yeah, I didn't mind the Friday remake. I think it's 2009. I think Danielle Panabaker should have been the final girl instead of Whitney, whatever her name. What's her name? Whitney Miller. The actress was Amanda Rigetti, maybe. I thought Danielle Panabaker's character was a better final girl. Thanks for the GGs, Teshi. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of a lot of people that I've heard from seem to think that that there's going to be a remake or a sequel to the Friday the 13th PC game, where one person's Jason, you got 7 counselors, and I would love to see that. With anything related to Friday, I'm just going to assume it's never going to happen until I actually am watching it. But to me, it's like Friday is my favorite horror franchise. With the exception of Jason Takes Manhattan and Jason Goes to Hell, I can watch all those movies. And even like Jason Takes Manhattan, it's not good, but if it was on TV, I wouldn't turn it off. But there's a lot of other movies that I would do that with. Yeah, you think of how much money, more money Cunningham would have if it wasn't for that lawsuit. Like when Halloween was so big in Scream and was like there was all the horror was just getting all this money pumped into it, and then they lost out on so much because of that stupid lawsuit. But it's after 10 and I should probably get to bed because I have to be up in 6 hours and 24 minutes for work. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out tonight, everyone. I hope you all have a great night. Stay safe. Get a good night's sleep. Hopefully, we'll be back sometime next weekend. Not sure about the week. We've got a really busy week coming up. But Friday the 13th Nintendo challenges will be coming back. hopefully the first week of July. I'm not going to derust or anything like that because it'll be funnier that way. But yeah, thanks again, everybody, and we will hopefully see you next time.